All right, everyone, here we go with another Cure for Cancer reading. I said I was going to try and do more of these. I am, because they're important. And we're sitting right on top of a new moon right now. Well, it's a new moon in Leo, but Cancer, the Cancerian energy is ruled by the moon, so it's kind of an important thing. Look, whatever the case, I just want to take the temperature of the soulmate cycle right now. As we move into a very, we'll call it a dynamic new moon, and that would be a gross understatement. I got a pre-shuffle here, okay? I've got somebody, again, this is an all signs reading. There's text at the top of the description that explains what the Cure for Cancer readings are, okay? So I'm not going to waste any video on it. But it doesn't matter what your sign is, the soulmate cycle that you're all part of, most of you that are here, is Cancerian themed. You're all stuck in a room together. It doesn't matter what your sign is. You could be a Scorpio, you could be a Pisces, you could be an Aries. The room, you're stuck in the same energy, stuck in the cycle. It all smells the same. You all smell the same stink. All right, here we go. Knight of Cups, crossed by a Ten of Wands. I got somebody coming towards you here. I don't know who. Somebody you have a soul connection with. It's part of your journey through the soulmate cycle. Somebody coming towards you, Knight of Cups. It's been coming up a lot lately, hasn't it? It was a monster that I threw in one of the recent readings. I threw a Knight of Cups. I called it a monster, right? It's hard for this person to do this, Ten of Wands crossing it. But they're going to do it anyway. What's hard? What's so hard about it? Right? What's wrong with you? Do you smell funny? I mean, sniff yourself. Are you fine? I think you're okay. It's hard for this person to open up, but they're going to. They see it as a risk, but they're going to take it. And they're convincing themselves with the Queen of Wands that they don't, on the surface level, they're convincing themselves that they don't much care whether they end up single or not, whether they end up alone or not. It's something they have to say to you. Okay? This could be a family member, it could be a friend, it could be a runner, I don't know. Don't assume you know who it is. It'll mitigate disappointment when it turns out it's your neighbor returning your lawnmower. Okay? I mean, there's nothing I can do. The same frequency of energy plays out 1,000 different ways. I want to teach people that while I'm here, so they don't get disappointed. You see it all the time with horoscopes. Big communication, hearing from somebody you haven't heard from in a while. You assume it's that runner. Oh, it's that person. You get all excited. You think, at the end of the day, you think it didn't happen. When in reality, your neighbor came by to drop the rake back off. And that's what it was. But you discount that. You can't be that. Right? Well, there you go. Anyway, I think this is bigger than somebody dropping off a rake. Somebody's about to really open up to you. Then they don't. It's a risk, but they don't much care if they end up single or not. There is an energy here, and this has come up in recent readings. It might confuse you a little bit what they're saying. Okay, I don't know why. It's just there. It's way in the back. It's a secondary energy. All right, let's go. All right, let's do it. Shuffle the deck. It's a general reading. It may or may not resonate with you, but if the title brought you in here or you found Steve Love Tarot, you're here for a reason. This reading is timeless. You're all moving at different speeds on your timeline. There's a whole playlist of these. It's a good way to really see what's going on. And we take a helicopter fly over the whole soulmate cycle and we just pull on the theme energy. You know, we just take a look at it. It's like taking somebody's temperature, right? You go to the doctor, they take your temperature. Right? They want to know how you're running. Are you running hot? Are you running cold? Right? Well, that's what we're doing here. All right, in the Cure for Cancer reading, of course, unless you're new here, you know we pull 5 cards from the bottom. That's the environmental energy that somebody's in, which looks like they want to talk to you. And we pull from the top of the deck 4 cards, which we clarify which are how they're behaving in that energy. So, bottom of the deck, 9 wands. 9's at the end in tarot. That's good. That wall is coming down. Doesn't look very good, does it? Victory, 6 of wands. Okay. The center card here, sort of a standalone. Oh, you saw the 8 of wands, didn't you? Is a moon. Yeah. Here is 8 of wands, which, by the way, is red with that. Right? And here is a 4 of swords, which is red with that. These two are red together. These two are red together. This is sort of a standalone. There's the fear. Okay? There's a lot this person's never told you. They've never shared. They feel like they have to. Will they chicken out? I don't know. These are both minor arcana. They could. I'll show you the 6th card because you could see it anyway when I pull the 5th. Sorry, let me get all this on camera. All right. Sorry. All right. It's a hangman. Somebody's got a new perspective on fear. I will say that. Somebody here realizes that they've done nothing to take care of this wall even. I mean, meaning If they've done nothing to take care of this wall, they can't even hide how they feel anymore. Okay? So let's see where we go. Let's pull 4 cards from the top and see how they're behaving. This is what the environmental energy is encouraging them to do. Will they do it or will they behave the opposite? I don't know. People do crazy things. Let's see. How are they behaving in this energy? Because this looks really good. This is what I told you in the pre-shuffle pretty much. Right? Somebody's not... But what's interesting here is the energy is revealing their feelings. So in other words, somebody who doesn't wear their heart on their sleeve is now wearing it on their sleeve a little bit. Pretty easy to tell that something's bugging them, or they want to say something to somebody, or they feel something for somebody. Whereas normally they can hide it pretty good. Okay? All right. Here we go. Yeah, I think they're okay with this. I got the sun and the moon here. You're a divine couple, whoever this is. You're not emperor and empress. So I don't think it's that person that's been coming up in recent readings. This is somebody else you have a very strong connection with, though. I will tell you that. Might be the person from the 3 card that I did earlier today. Could be. But this is a divine connection. Yeah, they're happy about this communication. They feel like it's the right thing to do. Somebody's doing it because somebody coming to talk to you, because it's the right thing to do. It's victory after a long battle energy. Somebody's got a transformation in the heart. I see it here with the new perspective on the fear. The 6th card would be kind of red with that, the sort of the standalone, the fear. There's a lot this person hasn't told you. What else? Yeah, it's communication. So it's a Knight of Swords. It brings a message of change, and it comes in fast. I don't even think they're stopping to think about it. They're just like, I'm going to reach out to Steve Viewer. You know what? I am. I got to share some feelings. It's hard for me to do it, but I'm going to do it. I don't care if I end up single. I don't care. I don't care if they don't care about me or they tell me to fuck off. They don't care. And that all came out in the pre-shuffle, and it's coming out here too. This is crossed by the 6 of Swords. They're not stopping to think about it. They're just going for it. There's no choppy water here. This is just smooth. This is smooth. They just show up, speak it, without thinking. That's what the Queen of Wands was talking about in the pre-shuffle. Right? Just whatever. I don't care. I'm going to puff myself up. Don't care if I end up flat on my face here. What's red with the sun? The Empress. Yeah, somebody is really feeling you. I don't know why I'm your second favorite. This played out, the pre-shuffle played out in different cards perfectly. All right, even the 6th card, spot on, with the fear coming down. The wall coming down. They can't hide it anymore. I can see why. This is the happiest card in the deck, and it bookends you. This is the hardest to resist. It's the most attractive. They're feeling it. Plus, this is somebody who's really in their feels right now. They're just not thinking. They're just coming in and communicating. Telling you something that's remember the pre-shuffle. Telling you something that's very hard for them to say and do. Okay? It's very difficult for this person. You know what? I'm going to use the lights here. Very difficult for this person. But I'll tell you what, randomly at the bottom of the lights here, look at this. I didn't know. 8 wands. 8 wands. It's everywhere. That means that by default, there's 8 wands up here. There is communication. There's communication there. It is what it is. I got a divine couple. It's a powerful soul connection, whatever it is. Let's pull on the sun. Tell me about the sun. Let's clarify. Nice. I like this reading. I like this. Don't assume you know who it is, though. I can't emphasize that enough. Okay? You're not the warlock on the hill, and neither am I. I don't control what energy. You might be like, well, I'm going to tune in and I'm going to watch a reading about Rick. Okay? Whoever the fuck Rick is, or Ricky. So it's gender neutral, right? Watch a reading about Ricky. Well, good for you, but that doesn't mean that that's the energy that came in. You're just infusing Ricky into the reading. You can't do that. You got soul connections. You got thousands of soul connections. You got soul connections with people you don't even know. I have seen soul connections deep. I'm talking this kind of shit. Pass each other on the street as total strangers. Neither one of them knowing anything because they're both on their phone. You know, you can just tell. You can just tell it that after they walk past each other, one of them looks up from the phone and kind of looks around like they felt something. Yeah, you did feel something. You just walked past an energy that's so compatible with yours, it's ridiculous. Yet you're in there on Tinder trying to find somebody who just wants to bang you real quick. You know, I mean, it's a pile of bullshit. It really is. But anyway, you're surrounded by soul connections. Some of your teachers were soul connections. Some of the kids in your class were soul connections. Some of your family is, maybe. Family, not always. But anyway, the sun, why is it here? Why is it here? Anyway, Just trying to help you. All right. It's crossed by 10 of Wands. By the way, this is really good. Somebody going to open up to you. Somebody who hasn't before. I mean, this could be a parent that never told you that never said, I love you. Right? Those are hard words for a lot of people to say. I love you. It's easy for me. I don't care. If I love somebody, I tell them. But, for a lot of people, especially the masculine side of this soulmate cycle, it's very difficult to say that. 10 of Wands. It's hard. Yeah, it's hard for this person to open up. It's the 10 of Wands came up in the pre-shuffle, right? It's hard for this person, but they're going to find a way with the 7 of Cups. They'll figure it out. What's on top? The devil. Oh, I love the devil on top of the sun. Why is that here before I open my mouth? Knight of Swords. That's a Knight of Swords. Segues right in. So, somebody's going to tell you, this person is going to tell you something about their hang-ups, about something that this is why the devil here on top of the sun explains why, and again, it's about a message of change, a double repeat by the universe here, okay? And they're just not going to think about it. It's just going to come out because they're feeling you. This is why they have to puff themselves up. And as I said in the pre-shuffle, they don't care whether they end up flat on their face, 9 of Pentacles, single on their own. You never want to talk to them again. They've got to tell you this, okay? It's just what it is. It could be a relationship. You start with somebody and you've been going out, right? I'm just giving an example. Just catch my drift. That's all you got to do. You've been going out for a while. It's starting to get serious, and they feel like they have to tell you. They have to tell you that they did a nickel upstate for armed robbery. Something like that. They have to tell you. It's eating at them. They can't go in a relationship not telling you that because you might find out. Right? It's just an example. It's just what I'm telling you. Okay? So that's probably not what it is. But it probably has a lot to do with why they hurt you at some point, or why you're not closer, or why they can't say they love you. I don't know. What is this message of change? Let's pull on the Knight of Swords. This energy can play out 1,000 different ways. I'm just trying to help and give you some examples. Just catch my drift. That's all you got to do. Don't take me literally. All right. Knight of Swords. Okay. Knight of Swords. What do we get? What do we got? Message of change. I said they're just not going to think about it. They can feel like they have to do it. It's caused by the Ace of Pentacles. It's something they can't hold on to any longer. All right? They've held on to it a long time. They can't hold on to it any longer. This is somebody. Could be your near future. So don't freak out if it's not happening today. Right? There's no such thing as today in the energy. There's no, clocks and calendars are what we hang on the wall. Right? What's on top? 9 of Cups. Why is that here? And the Queen of Cups. I think I'm going to interpret this. Yeah. The Hierophant there is the bridging energy. I'm going to interpret this that they just feel like it's the right thing to do. Can I just say that? Can I just paraphrase it that way? It feels good to me. It feels righteous. It feels like the right thing to do. And the energy happens to be just right. There's some bravery in the energy. We talked about it in the 3 card I did earlier, which this may very well be that person. It could be. Feels like similar energy. The energy is right for some brave action. Right? Yeah, I get it. It's just something they have to do. And with the devil here, you know what? I'll clarify the devil before we go. I'll throw a couple cards at the end on it, okay? But don't think it's that big a deal. You're not, oh my God, we've been going out for 5 months and they just told me they were the serial rapist from New York. No, it's not, don't mistake this for that, okay? It's not that big a deal. It's somebody telling you about a hang-up they have. Maybe it's about the real reason why their last relationship ended, right? And they want to make sure they don't repeat that problem. Maybe they held back from somebody else. It feels like this is a pattern. Usually with the devil, it's a pattern. So it's a pattern of holding back. And I think they're trying to break the pattern. Message of change, Knight of Swords, right? Okay. 6 of Swords, why is that here? Losing my voice today, my goodness. All right, 6 of Swords, why is that here? This could be this could be from the 3 card earlier look that the 7 of Swords is still reversed, but the rest of the deck isn't. It's a Tower underneath the 7 of Swords reversed. All right? I'm going to flip it, but know that it's reversed, okay? But I'm going to flip it back in my deck because the rest of the cards, I made sure I double checked when I put this away that they were all upright. I don't know how the 7 of Swords stayed reversed, but it is. So it's a 7 of Swords reversed crossing the 6 of Swords. Again, this is temporary energy. It's somebody putting down their bullshit. And in this current energy, the way the energy is, the temperature of the soulmate cycle right now is just right for somebody to do it. You can believe what they're telling you, okay? It might seem like it's really easy for them to say this. It sounds rehearsed even. It might. With the 7 of Swords reversed and the 6 of Swords over a communication card, like that, or the 8 of Wands, it can come out as something reversed, or rehearsed, I should say. All right? It can sound rehearsed, but they may have. It's fine. It's no big deal. It doesn't discount the fact that it is the truth. Okay? What's on top? What's on top? Yeah, the King of Pentacles. And why is that here? 6 of Cups. Yeah, they want to tell you something about their past. They're very chatty about their inner demons and this energy. They want to lay it on the line for you. They feel like it's the right thing to do. It's the righteous thing to do for the long term. And they feel like it'll make things better, but they don't care if it doesn't. It's just, it has to be done. This is a righteous king. This king does the right thing in certain contexts, certainly in this context, with the 7 of Swords reversed across it, right? It's the king who wants to right a wrong from the past. And it's about talking about this devil here. Let's go. Here you are. So here you are receiving the information. The Empress. It's probably the same advice I give you quite often. This Empress energy will serve you well. Your empathy will always serve you well. When we lose empathy, we become maniacal. We become uncaring about other people. We don't give a shit. It's all about me first when we lose empathy. As long as you don't lose empathy here, you're fine. You can do whatever you want with this situation. You can let things down nicely. You know, doesn't have to. Everything does. You don't have to go nuclear on everything, right? Nuclear. Say it like that. Nuclear. Right? You don't have to. I don't think you will. All right, there we go. The Empress. I sound like somebody would probably say it that way. Nuclear. I do sound like that. Yeah, that's fine. I'll say it like that. I don't care. It's just a word. There we go. But it is nuclear, just for the record. Empress. What we get here? It's crossed by the Ace of Cups. I think what this person tells you, because now, and I'm not taking any credit, it's just a reading, because you're here when I'm telling you about this energy. Now you appreciate what they're telling you. I think what they're telling you when they open up about this past thing, tell you the truth, when they don't care whether you tell them to fuck off or not, they open up about their inner demons, why things went wrong. They tell you a truth about themselves because they have to, because we're not going to be able to have anything long term unless you know about this. I think that warms your heart. Okay? I do. I think it warms your heart. It would warm mine. You know? You might be shocked by what they tell you. That's possible. But it doesn't make it any less heartwarming. It doesn't make it, this is something that's difficult for them to tell you. We know that from the pre-shuffle with the 10 of Wands. We know because the 10 of Wands was crossing here as well. Right? I'm pretty sure it was. Rewind, check it. What's on top? The Queen of Pentacles. Look at this. Look at your beautiful energy. Do not lose empathy here. This is beautiful that they're doing this. Let it warm your heart. It might freak you out, right? If they, oh my God, they're the one the cops are looking for, Steve. I mean, what's heartwarming about that? Well, they did tell you. They didn't marry you, stay in a relationship with you for 15 years, and then have the cops knock at the door in the middle of the night, drag you out of bed, and you go, what the hell's going on? You know, this is the Falstaff killer. Oh my God, I married the Falstaff killer. What the hell? Why didn't you tell me? Right? No, it is. On some level, it's still heartwarming that they tell you in advance. You probably tell them to go fuck off if they were the Falstaff killer. But you catch my drift, right? Okay, here you are. They're coming to you. You don't have to do anything. You don't have to do shit. Just sit in the woods with the sticks in your head. Why is the Queen of Pentacles here? The 4 of Cups. I don't think Falstaff killer jokes aside, okay? Central Park rapey McRaperman aside, I don't think it's any of that. I don't think this is a big deal to you. I think this is a big deal to them, which is why they have to puff up and say, I don't care if I end up single here, whatever, I'm just going to say what needs to be said. I don't think it's a big deal to you. I think for you, the fact that they told you is really cool. It's really fucking heartwarming, I think. All right? I do. Big time. I'll tell you what. I said I'd pull a couple cards on the devil, and I will. Okay? Can I do that? I'm going to take this out of here. All right, here we go. Let's pull a couple cards on the devil. Give me what you can on this. Are they the Falstaff killer? Oh, no. I don't want any of my viewers dating the Falstaff, marrying the Falstaff killer. It's just somebody telling you something because they want a long-term connection with you. Could be a friend. Could be a family member. It could be a soul connection. It's not the Emperor and Empress connection that's been coming up in the big reads, but this is a powerful soulmate. So it might be somebody you're dating now, somebody you'd like to date, somebody you used to date. It could be an ex who wants to rekindle things, but they got to come clean about something. Right? Again, it's not that bad. I don't think you care. You're like, whatever. I think it's terrific that you told. Well, thank you for. I always suspected you were the Falstaff killer, but thank you for telling me. Right? I mean, why is the devil here? And I'm making up the Falstaff. So some people take me too literally. I'm making up the Falstaff killer. I really am. Falstaff is a beer. So, I mean, the Falstaff killer is probably my friend Dave would be classified as the Falstaff killer. He could pile down some beers. Let me tell you, I once watched Dave drink a 12-pack in like a half an hour. He just kept piling them down. So maybe he would be technically the Falstaff killer. Right? All right, here we go. But you're not dating Dave, I promise you. He's dead. He's gone. Right? You can't, anybody that drinks a 12-pack within a half an hour probably doesn't make it too much past 55 or 60. You got to stop that shit when you're young or you start having some problems. All right, the devil, why is it here? Let's see where we're at. Oh my God, this is beautiful. No, it's not that big a deal at all. It's not the Falstaff killer. It's out the devil. Why is the sun here? The devil. Why is the devil here? It's caused by the sun. Yeah, I'm getting a feedback loop right here. I got two suns around it. This is good. I think you don't care. I think you're almost teared up that this person thought this was such a big deal. Now, for them, it's a huge deal. Let me be very clear. They're not going to, the environmental energy being the sun around the devil means they're not going to be happy holding on to this. And they've got to say something because the Knight of Swords is still here. We can't discount it. And it's here too. He brings a message of change. Somebody needs to set the record straight so we can have long term. What's on top? The Five of Wands. It's not that big a deal. The universe trying to put your mind at ease. I was pulling on the devil to try to put your mind at ease. I was hoping I wasn't going to get all kinds of crazy shit on top of this, where I'd have to say, well, they might be the Falstaff killer. But no, they're not. Okay, it's nothing like that. Four of Cups backs that up. Why is Five of Wands here? Look at in the Empress. You want to talk about a feedback loop. The devil on top of the sun, red with the Empress, is crossed by the sun, and the Empress is why it's there and why it's not going to be that big a deal. You are why it's not going to be that big a deal. I don't know why I'm your second favorite. That is magic that just happened right there in front of you. The fact that those cards came out like that, and that is an Empress right there, and it's red with this, with the sun. It's a whole giant feedback loop. Even if you don't want to be with this person, even if you tell this person, you know what, I'll take a pass, because fueling this, I didn't show you, but fueling this, I should have, sorry. But fueling this, underneath this Ace of Cups that's crossing here was a Nine of Pentacles. And the Nine of Pentacles was the, I'm going to take a pass and go my own way kind of a thing. Whatever. Even if you choose to do that, you've improved somebody's life. They've gotten something off their chest. The Five of Wands is saying it's no big deal. But why is it a no big deal? Because of you. Because you have empathy. Because you didn't lose empathy. If you didn't, if it was an Empress reversed, you make mountains out of molehills. This is the making of a Karen. Right? The ones from the internet, you watch the Karen videos on YouTube, some lady, some crazy Looney Tune goes into a store and starts ranting and raving and going nuts and stuff like that. Yeah, this is the making of a Karen right here if you lose empathy. It's all about them. You know? I mean, it is what it is. There's one of my favorites is one of those reversed Empress Karens that walked up to somebody who was parked in a parking spot waiting for somebody to come out so they could go out. And she was all pissed off that they were parked there. Why are you parked there? Well, why is it your fucking business, is what the guy was saying. He filmed the whole thing. He was like, why is it your business? That's because when we lack empathy, we become maniacal. And we become self-focused and self-centered. And everything is our business. Everything is our parking spot. It's all about us. Me. Right? This is no big deal because you're not like that. Right? So, if you are like that, I guarantee you this reading is not for you. Or you can try to get in that energy. Either way. Because if you are like that, Karen, that I just described, then this will turn into a fight. You will make this person feel bad for telling you about this and being honest with you. And they'll never do it again. You'll ruin them for other people. You don't want to be someone who ruins someone for other people, right? So that's your reading. I hope it was helpful. Take it for what it's worth to you. But don't be the reversed Empress, all right? Good luck.